We received more than 500 applications from 72 countries, with applications from established news outlets, including the BBC, the New York Times, National Geographic, Forbes, The Guardian, the Huffington Post, the South China Morning Post, La Repubblica, and the Washington Post. Why did the Thomson Reuters Foundation become involved into it? Because bringing underreported issues back into the headlines is core to what we do at the Foundation. We shed light on stories that often escape the mainstream media, with our own team of 45 journalists and 200 freelancers.
The finalists in the video competition all had extremely compelling stories to tell, and I want to congratulate everyone who submitted a video and was really moved to share their experiences with BCFN and now the world. Without further ado, I would very much like to at least tell one of the winners.
Yes, I have the slip of paper, so I had a peek, I must confess. There you go.
So the first winner is Justin Baidoo with the video Food Wastage in Ghana. And we as the judges selected Justice Baidoo, I'm sorry I said Justin, as the winning submission in this category because it was a clear, concise, and informative report which drew attention to the paradox of food waste and starvation, along with identifying, please give him a round of applause, along with identifying the solutions to these issues. They praised it for showing both sides of the food supply chain and for highlighting that something as basic as an unmaintained road can have severe repercussions on the local and domestic food markets. A well-made, newsy, and creative report, this video was told very effectively and in a balanced and accurate way, and I couldn't be more excited to meet Justice today. Thank you. Congratulations.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Barilla Center for Food and Nutrition and also to the Thomson Reuters Foundation. This is my biggest journalism prize in my 7 years of practice, and so I am super grateful. For me, this is more than a prize. It's a great opportunity to be able to shine a light on one of the most important subjects affecting countries like Ghana, where I come from. We had gone to this community not to do a story about food wastage, but about how women who are into cassava processing, and for those people who know, cassava is a major food crop in Ghana, women who are into it and how smoke affect their health and work. Now, we visited this processing center which creates jobs for about 200 women, and there was nothing happening. Nobody was working. So we didn't really have anything to film for the story for which we had traveled. And so I asked the women, why aren't you working today? And they said, we haven't got the cassava, which is the raw material for our work. And the reason is roads that lead to communities that farm. And this community where we had to go to is just about 5 kilometers away. And yet, the cassava is rotting away on the farms, and the women are sitting in their processing places with nothing to do. And so the farmers are losing money. The people who use them on the factories are not working because there is nothing to work with. For me, food, the dynamics of food is a very interesting one. On one hand, you have places like Africa, where I come from, where we have the most of the world's arable land, and yet still do have some of the world's most hungry people. And then on the other hand, you have places like Europe and America, where relatively climate conditions do not necessarily support agriculture and farming, and yet food is available to the extent that in some instances people are now complaining about obesity. And so I think that this is a great opportunity for a place like Ghana, where journalism is usually centered around politics and politicians, to now draw attention to issues like food security. I am super grateful again to the Barilla Center I would want to thank the people that I work with in Ghana. I know they are watching this via the live stream on YouTube. My co-workers at Joy News Multimedia. It is the biggest private broadcaster in Ghana. And to my family, my wife, my son, Kwabena, I'm super grateful. Thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Justice Baidoo, for food wastage in Ghana. Thank you. And now we also know that it went on the big network in Ghana. Thank you very much.